What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about Samsung. It feels like every year for now until history potentially, I have to talk about the latest Samsung Z Fold release, and not always in a positive way, because unfortunately it seems like your favourite YouTube tech reviewers aren't giving you the whole truth. So, without further ado, let's go. Now, this video is being shot on the new Sony a6700. I have decided to give a mirrorless camera a go again with this Sony microphone, so hopefully video and audio is good, because I really want to do more vlog styles. I'm also going to events. I'm actually going to a Samsung event I've been invited to this week. Yes, Samsung Nights. Average Dad will be taking his Huawei Pura 80 Ultra and Honor Magic V5 to the Samsung event. You know I will. But it's not about that. It's not about the new camera. It's about Samsung. So firstly, I just want to say, I have some level of excitement for the Samsung Z Fold 7. Because, contrary to what some people in the comments say, let me just get out here, I still have and use the Samsung Z Fold Special Edition. I also, every day, or most days, wear a Samsung Galaxy, there it is, S7 Ultra, or whatever it's called, their 7 Ultra smartwatch. And I really, really like Samsung products. But that does not give them a free pass to absolutely ravage their loyal customers. So, how this video has come about: a couple of days ago I released a versus video between the Oppo N5 and the Vivo X Fold 5. And while most of the commenters were smart, level-headed people, I had a few Samsung Nights in the comments, which I was expecting, because I did go kind of hard on Samsung in that video. I did use some sweary words, but I feel they were warranted. The comments were along the same lines of, but Samsung can get so much out of their 4400 mAh batteries. It almost lasts as long as the Honor Magic V3 with a 5,500 mAh battery. It almost lasts as long as the Vivo X Fold 3 Pro with a 5,700 mAh battery. If you can't see why your comment is so twisted, I think you might be just slightly beyond help. What if Samsung put a 5,400 mAh cell in their Z Fold lineup? Imagine how much it would crush the competition. But they're not going to do that. And then I've seen people comment, Samsung can't release that, they have to stick with the 4400 mAh because of US regulations. Oh, I mean, this is the level of stupidity I have to deal with when I am just being honest. There are no US regulations that restrict Samsung to a 4400 mAh cell. Samsung themselves have a 5000 mAh battery in the S25, S24, S23. All the Ultra series for the last 5 years, by the way, it's the exact same battery. Well done, Samsung. So don't give me that there's US regulations on their capacity. Now, in terms of those regulations, because they do exist, 5200 mAh is basically the most that a manufacturer wanting to sell directly in the US can get away with. But those are old laws, and you can be damn sure that Samsung are knocking at the door of the White House to say, please increase the capacity, because why would they? because then they'd actually have to get with the times and improve their milliamp hour, improve the technology to silicon carbon. And that's another comment I've seen a few times in a lot of my fold videos, a lot of the Chinese fold phones that I review and put videos on. But silicon carbon's just not tested. It's poor technology. Folks, silicon carbon is so far ahead of the lithium ion battery, it's almost unreal. The amount of milliamp hours and the efficiency you can get from it has been proven over the years through these Chinese phones. And no, none of these exploded like Samsung batteries have in the past. So don't give me that the technology's not ready for Samsung yet. All you're doing, and I don't actually know why, is trying to justify it for Samsung. You don't work for Samsung and they do not care about you. So don't justify it for them. Now I know I've been talking a lot about batteries, but this is important. Do you think there's regulations on faster charging? No. Samsung just choose, because their batteries are poor, to keep it capped at like 15 watts wireless or 35, 40 watts wired. That's their choice. By the way, most of their phones are like 25 watts, but that's a whole other story. So do not justify it for Samsung. And now, since we're on this Z Fold rant or Samsung rant, which again, I like Samsung products, they're just taking the piss. Cameras. I had 5, 10 people comment that the Samsung Z Fold 6 cameras are the best on a foldable. Now I'm aware that a few of those might be trolls. One person seemed to be level-headed and they said that they're definitely up there with the best cameras on a foldable phone. You're wrong. And folks, a lot of reviewers, a lot of videos you watch will be based on opinions. Design is subjective. Software experience is subjective. When it comes to cold hard facts about sensor sizes, that's facts, that's not opinions. When you look at the camera system on the Z Fold 6 and compare it to, I'm going to list 10 foldable phones here that it's worse than, okay? For those that think it's the best. 10 foldable phones better than the Z Fold 6 for cameras. OnePlus Open, Oppo N5, Vivo X Fold 3 Pro, Vivo X Fold 5, Honor Magic V5, Honor Magic V3, Huawei Mate X3, Huawei Mate X5, Huawei Mate X6, Huawei Mate XT. There's 10 foldable phones better for cameras than the Samsung Z Fold 6. And do you know what else all of those phones have in common? Bigger batteries, faster charging. So again, I really want to do more of this stuff because these are the things I like to get off my chest. And I think as my channel is growing and my subscriber count is growing, you appreciate the honesty, as all tech influencers should be, is just honest. So if you take this video for what it is, it's not me bashing Samsung as a whole. I like their design, I like the build quality, I like a lot of their products. It's the fact that they, and then in turn you, seem to have to or want to justify the shocking battery and poor cameras constantly. Now, on a positive note, we know the Samsung One UI software is my favourite. We also know that the S25 Ultra has, in my opinion, the best phone display on the planet. The biggest selling point is that anti-reflective coating built into the display. I love it, it's really, really good. Especially for making content and videos, it's not as reflective. So Samsung do have certain things nailed on. So it's not a complete bashing. Now the final thing I want to talk about is the store. My store. The Average Dad Tech store. Numerous comments from the same nimrods that think Samsung's battery's justifiable or their camera system's the best. Those same people seem to have this like almost envious or jealous streak in them where they have to comment the Average Dad is obviously going to big up these Chinese phones because he sells them on his store. Folks, for months and months I was the first and only UK tech YouTuber to not only review the Samsung Z Fold SE but sell it on his store. So don't give me your nonsense. I also sell the Samsung S25 Ultra. It is not about sales through the site. People will make their own decisions. These are £1,000 plus phones, which, by the way, another common denominator, those 10 phones barring the Huawei Mate XT, those phones I mentioned better in the camera department and battery department, barring the Huawei's, well, some of the Huawei's, are far cheaper than the Samsung Z Fold 6 and soon to be Z Fold 7. So it's not about money for me. I have the business. The business is doing well and I can't thank you enough for your support. But that business offers a product to people that you just can't get from many other places. Me making these videos bashing Samsung or reviewing the Chinese phones doesn't necessarily lead to more sales for me, because I've made many videos bashing phones that I stock. I have made numerous videos on phones saying I stock them but I really don't think it's worth it. I really don't think you should buy. So again, it's low-hanging fruit for you, I get it. You're not smart. It's fine. But please stop the comments about, oh, it's because he stocks them on his store. Guys, too easy. So, that is my rant, vlog, whatever you want to call it, about the Samsung Z Fold 7 debacle. Chats, comment, whatever you want to call it. I just had to get that off my chest. Now, go ahead, leave your comments down below. If you have enjoyed my brutal honesty, smash like. Also, as a side note, let me know how the audio and video has sounded and looked on this. I'm really hoping it works so we can use it more often. And I'll be back soon with part 2 of the Oppo N5 versus the Vivo X Fold 5 deep dive on cameras. And for those asking, yes, part 3 will be software, where I will talk about the Apple integration. Until next time.